Family Health is a 90-minute program that looks into the psychosocial and clinical aspects of the society.
With our resource persons, we discuss health issues in down-to-earth terms.
Join us every Thursday from 12:30 p.m. to 1:55 p.m. on 88.4 Royal FM, the Listeners Radio, and live on Facebook at Royal FM Cameroon.
Family Health.
Health is a state of complete physical, mental, and social well-being, and not merely the absence of disease for infirmity.
My favorite listeners of Royal FM, I'm so happy to be with you guys this afternoon, and of course, today it's going to be another amazing Thursday as we discuss on family health this afternoon. Of course, dear listeners of Family Health, you are welcome to 88.4 Royal FM Cameroon. That is our Facebook page, Royal FM Cameroon, live on our Facebook page, and equally on our YouTube channel. Of course, we have now on the YouTube channel, you write Royal FM in caps, then Cameroon in small letter. You go there, you subscribe, and you start following us so that all our programs will be notified to you each time you're not available, but the notification will come to you so that you'll be able to follow our different programs live, or even if it's not live. Anyways, let's go back to tell you that our technical team this afternoon is Romeo Adekume, who is our sound engineer, and Jean-Marie Otto is there for video editing. Then for coordination is Don Patientel, and then for general supervision is Reverend Pastor Bisai Emmanuel Noel. I am Frunier Crispin for the presentation. We are going to be together from now to 1:30 p.m. this afternoon to discuss health, and of course we shall have a whole lot of slots in this program to enlighten, and music of course to enlighten your day, your afternoon. But first things first, let's take a musical break, that is a gospel music, and we'll be right back.
Easy Concepts.
Every step of the way. Le rocher ce qu'il m'a pris. Je veux chanter ton amour. Je veux chanter ton amour. Essa amorosa, oh bouquet si a dit. Il te lave I didn't know your mind. me every step of the way. Azamba, le rocher se quitte ma pluie. Je veux chanter ton amour. Je veux chanter ton amour. Esambaraza, obuki siadi. Ijalama, adinogama. Esambaraza, obuki siadi o. Adinogama. Amale chanchimo, you don't take my heart over and over. Amale chanchimo.
Well, let's go back to our program. Dear listeners, you're on to Family Health on 88.4 Royal FM. And before we start the program or we open our topic of discussion, let's have the muscle first.
Anis 1, 2, 3. Maso Act 3. What if your solution comes from the mutual assistance and solidarity? Take the rendezvous for July 9, 2023 at the Yaoundé Multipurpose Sports Complex as from 2 p.m. to celebrate African solidarity. Get registered and contribute as from 100 francs CFA. And you stand a chance to benefit assistance for happy and sad moments. A bonus of 5 million francs CFA is paid to mutualists who has contributed consecutively for a period of 20 years and have attained the age of 60 years. Medical assistance which permits you to treat up to 10 members of your family with a reduction of 35% to any of your bill at the Mamu Hospital Complex. At Maso, we simply live our African values.
And you know, the Maso also have other advantages. It doesn't concern only you coming to contribute and then going for the raffle draw. No, as a mutualist of the Maso, you also have to gain from other advantages that exist, of course. And in the Maso, we have assistance in case you're going through a sad or a happy moment, that is during death or maybe during marriages or whatsoever that is sad and happy. During those happy and sad moments, the Maso comes in to assist you, that is financially. Then apart from that, a prize is also given. A prize of 5 million francs CFA is given to a 60-year-old person or mutualist who has been contributing consecutively non-stop for 20 years, and that's the prize will be given to you as maybe an old member of the Maso. 5 million francs CFA. Those are just the benefits, and of course they are not refundable. They say the benefits. What other things you can benefit? Other things you can benefit from the Maso. Forcefully, not you contributing and taking part in the raffle draw to win a prize, but as a mutualist that you are, these are the things that you can benefit. Then apart from that, also we also have medical care. Of course, we have the medical hospital, Mamu Complex Hospital. You can benefit from the hospital as a mutualist in case you have any sickness or you want to consult a medical expert. You go there, you will have your consultation or whatsoever bill you're paying there with a reduction of at least 35%, and then you are also opportune to bring at least 10 members of your family to benefit behind you as a mutualist. So if you're not feeling fine, your child, all the people that you enroll up to 10 will have to go to the hospital, can go to the hospital, benefit for medical assistance or medical care at a reduced cost of 35%. That is, each bill you're going to be paying there as a mutualist is going to be reduced up to 35%. Those are just some of the benefits that the Maso has to offer. It's not only about contributing money and taking part in the raffle draw. And also we would like to remind you that already the 29th of June is the deadline for contribution, and we are already 34 days to that deadline, the 29th of June. And then also we are already 48 days to July 9 the 2023. That is the day of the raffle draw at the Yaoundé Multipurpose Sport Complex. If you're still backward, please don't be anymore, because you have to hurry up with your contribution so that you will be able to meet up with the deadline for contribution and also take part in the raffle draw slated for July 9 on 2023. And then also, if you're still backward, or maybe you want to go for your contribution or round up with your contribution, you don't know what to do, you can get to these different muscle pools that exist here in Yaoundé. They are being hosted by Renapro Finance SA. If you want to round up with your contribution, or maybe ask for any formalities that concerns the muscle project, you can get to any of these pool. And the first one is Monte Eligefa. That's where we have it. Is on the building of Renapro Finance SA. There it is hosting it. Then the next one, it is at Nkwabang, Nouvelle Route Nkwabang, coming from Mimbo Man, from that direction going towards the Carrefour Nkwabang. That's where the muscle pool, one of the muscle pool, is located, still on the Renapro Finance SA building. Then the last one is here at the Radio House. Of course, we are hosting a muscle pool, and if you are finding difficulties wheresoever you are, you can reach us in the Royal FM radio here at Kamer, just located opposite Kamerco, next to the entrance of the Fundi Market on the Immeuble Binam. That's the building, the name of the building where the radio house is found, Immeuble Binam, the second floor. You come here, you will have all the information that you need to know, or you will deposit your contributions without any issues. That's just how the master looks like. You know, it has a whole lot of things to benefit. Do not say that no, I will just have to contribute and then at the end I take part in the raffle draw. If I don't win, I don't benefit anything. No, we have a lot to benefit, especially on the medical side. You benefit a whole lot. Trust me, if you try that, you will understand what I'm talking about, because I'm talking out of experience. Anyway, that's just how the master looks like today.
At Maso, we simply live our African values.
And we are back onto family health. Now it is time for us to unfold our topic of discussion, or unveil our topic of discussion. This afternoon, we are going to talk about menstruation, that is menstrual hygiene somehow, given that the day is going to be celebrated in the days ahead. And apart from that, also we have a workshop or training workshop that is going to be organized. Let me not talk about that right now, but I want to remind you that our lines are open, especially the women. Please call us and tell us when you started seeing your menses and what people were saying about it, because many say when you see your menses early, it means that you attain menopause very early. Those are just the little myths that surround menstruation, and we are going to talk about that today and get some clarification. But call us on 671 157321 or 658 089125 or still 620 377481. You can reach us on those lines, especially ladies. And what about the men? Do you have your daughter who started seeing her menses early, and what precautions did you take? Did you feel bad that it was too early or it was too late? And are you, as a parent, how did you handle your daughter when she started seeing her menses? What were you doing? What are the different things you did so far in order to help her? Or because some parents do have a little or no knowledge about menstruation, and they do not educate their girl child about this happening. They just leave them or by themselves. They just discover the menses, and then they're just trying. If the teacher doesn't teach them in school, the parents don't do anything at all. Do you communicate with your child about menstrual hygiene as you as a woman and you as a man? Because I'm sure you have daughters. And for the women, I'm sure you had an experience when you were growing up, and maybe you have a daughter that is going through the same situation and you would like to share. Please call us, for our lines are always open. And for today's topic, we have Nurse Pamela Nyangwang, who is going to be clarifying us on a whole lot of things that we need to know. We caught up with her earlier on, and she's going on to be telling us what menstruation is and the different myths that surrounds menses. You know, many people believe a whole lot of things. When you menstruate, you're a woman. When you menstruate early, you reach menopause early. If you menstruate late, you reach menopause late. If this happen, you know, there are a whole lot of things that happen. But now we want to listen to the medical expert, Nurse Pamela Nyangwang, to tell us what menstruation is and the different myths that surrounds these menses, and is it even true, by the way. Let's listen to her.
Menstruation is a normal biological process whereby the uterus shed blood and the tissue from the uterine lining through the vagina. When you attain puberty, we begin to think of very soon you will see your menses. Puberty is a sign for us to know that you are mature. And when you're mature as a female, you have to see your menses. It's a normal phenomenon. It comes. In the past, people used to have menses as from 13, 14 years old, as far as 16 years. But nowadays, we don't know. Our young girls, they have their menses as earlier as 10 years. Some, they do have their menses 9 years something. So, averagely, it begins at 9 years something to maximum 16 years. Children nowadays, they are prone to sexual activities as earlier as they are supposed to. Actually, we possible, but these things keeps coming up, that it is because of the type of foods they are eating and because of the exposure to sexual activities. And at times, people say there are a lot of things we eat now that provokes us to have menses before time. But it all depends on an individual. And it is not us extending the menses or shortening the menses for us to attain menopause at an early stage. It is just God. Some people, because of other things, it helped them stop their menses earlier. And those things we think of, they are things like when you have a total abdominal hysterectomy, either because of a therapeutic treatment, you will attain menopause earlier. And most of the times, it is true.
So the medical expert is kind of confirming that some people, when they start their menses early, they end up getting menopause also early. That is, if you start menstruating maybe at the age of 9, 10, you may also easily reach menopause. Maybe when you're 40, around that age like that, you certainly reach menopause too. Then it is time for us also to ask the medical expert, why is it important for parents to discuss menses with their children? Parents should actually do that, not allowing the children to discover that this thing exists in school, maybe on their own when the menses comes already. So dear listeners, listen to the medical experts, sensitize us parents, us brothers, us sisters, on how we can handle our children and the things that we should do when our children is really getting to the age of becoming a woman or of seeing her menses. Let's listen to Nurse Pamela.
We encourage people at home to give education to their children on menses, pre-menses, so that they should know that there is a time in life they will have their menses. And menses is a normal phenomenon. If you are a female, you have to have menses. But if you don't have classes, you don't have teachings, you don't have health talks with your children, it is very difficult for you to start when they have started with it already. But when you give them preschool classes on menstruation, it works well, because you are like, menses is a kind of thing. It's something that happens in any of a female child when you are approaching this age. And when it occurs, it is not like it is only to you. It is not like you are the only person. And when it happens to you like that, you need to do like this. You need to know that you use a pad. You introduce the products we use to them. And then the ones that they are available, the ones that you'll be able to buy, because there are some that they are expensive and we will not be able to reach. And with that, if you say you will only be depending on those products, your child might one day be disgraced somewhere. It is all about education.
and it is all about education. You just heard then Nurse Pamela telling us that it is all about education, for you to make your child to be aware of all of these things, or the existence of menses, or how to manage it whenever she sees it. It is all about education. So parents, please do not shy away each time when it comes to this topic, the menstruation topic. Please do not run away, do not feel like uncomfortable, because it is just part of life and they are your kids. Our lines are open. You can reach us on 671157321 or 620-377481. Those are the lines you can use to join us this afternoon. Women, I'm waiting for you. I'm waiting for you so that you should come and tell us our story, your own story. How did you react when you saw your first menses? Were you excited? Were you surprised because your parents had no time to tell you about that, the existence of menses, or maybe you knew about it already, so you were not surprised to see it? And what are you doing so far with your own children? In case you who have children, girls especially, call us and tell us what you think. I think it is time for us to take a musical break. Then we'll come back to have our discovery page, just one of the slots that exist on this program, Family Health.
And I think upon your goodness and your faithfulness each day. I'm convinced it's not because I am worthy to receive the kind of love that you give, but I'm grateful for your mercy. And I'm grateful
That's so nice, that's so refreshing. Anyways, dear listeners, you're on to Family Health 88.4 Royal FM if you're watching us on our Facebook page. And I would like to also inform you that in prelude to the celebration of World Menstrual Hygiene Day, the Mamre Hospital Complex is organizing an open door learning workshop where young girls and women will be taught how to make sanitary pads and a schooling chat with the letter on the menstrual and sexuality of girls as from the 30th to the 31st of May, that is as from next week. And this all has to center around menstrual hygiene, and it will be at the Mamre Hospital Complex located at Nkwabang, Nouvelle Route Nkwabang, coming from Mimboman or coming from the Carrefour Nkwabang. That's where it's going to be hosting. And trust me, our medical staff there, they are well prepared, ready to welcome whosoever girl is reading. So we are calling on you, dear listeners, our girls, our women, if you want to take part in this training workshop, if you want to learn how to make your own part on your own in the house, given that the context in which we live is really high, the economy is like making things difficult for us to provide, even if it is just sanitary pads. So there you will be opportune to learn how to make your own sanitary pads at home, surely with your own ingredients. And also you will be taught how to cater for yourselves whenever you're seeing your menses, better ways to stay healthy, better way to have a good menstrual hygiene when you're seeing your menses. All of this is just what comprises of the workshop or the training workshop that is going to take place at the Mamre Hospital Complex. Come the 30th to the 31st of May this month at the hospital complex. If you do not know, I'm sure that most of our mutualists or our subscribers of the Maso know about this hospital. And also, if you are a mutualist, let me seize the opportunity to remind you that if you are a mutualist and you don't and you have enrolled already, trust me, when you go there for medical care, you will have a 35% reduction in your medical bills. That's just how it is. And then girls, we are urging you, you don't pay something, you pay nothing to learn. They just train you like that because it is in prelude to the World Menstrual Hygiene Day that is coming up across the world. So if you are a woman and you're willing to take part in this workshop, in this training workshop, please go there. You will learn a whole lot of things. Please don't say no, I won't. Just provide that small time, and it is as from 1 p.m. on the 30th and on the 31st. Those 2 days, it will be good for you to go learn, develop your skills on how to better take care of your body, or maybe your own daughter. You may have a daughter that you're taking care of and you don't know exactly what to do. And this still goes back in line with what we are talking about today. We are talking about menstruation on Family Health Day and menstrual hygiene and the different myths that surrounds menstruation, with all the stories that you hear about menstruation. When the girl sees her menses like this, it is like this, it is like that. So we are just talking about that. That's just what comprises of Family Health today. And it is time for us to take one of our first slots, that is the discovery page. And Crystal Mando is here for our discovery page. Let's have the discovery page. Our technician says it's not yet time for us to have the discovery page. Of course, it is time now. Let's have the discovery page.
Family Health, our discovery, our discovery.
And for the discovery page this afternoon is Crystal Mando, our discoverer. Good afternoon to you, Crystal.
Good afternoon, Crispin. Greetings to the guests in the studio and to all the listeners of Family Health. Today in our discovery page, we are going to discover how to stop clothes from shedding lint. Lint on clothes seems to be an unsolvable and eternal evil. We invite you to discover 4 ways to prevent your garments from being affected. Cotton and wool clothing are the most prone to shedding lint. These are natural fabrics, whereas synthetic fabrics such as nylon or polyester don't shed lint. Although there are implements to remove lint from garments such as adhesive rollers, the ideal thing is to prevent it being produced and spoiling your clothes' appearance. Firstly, with ingredients and elements that you have at home, you can get rid of lint. First of all, you should clean the washing machine filter so that all the lint that's already there stop flooding in the machine. In addition, this will optimize its operation. Place the clothes inside or out in the washing machine. Use white vinegar. Once again, white vinegar can fulfill a very important function, which in this case we apply to clothes. When you are going to wash clothes that are prone to shedding lint, add 250 millimeters of vinegar to the wash. In addition to preventing lint, it will soften your clothes naturally, which means you shouldn't add commercial fabric softener. Again, freeze lint-prone clothes. In this case, wash the clothes separately on a gentle program using cold water. Once the clothes are dry, fold them, put them in an airtight plastic and put them in the freezer for 1 or 2 days. When you take it out of the bag, shake the garment to get all the lint out. You can also use wet wipe. Yes, a simple wet wipe can help us to keep our clothes free of lint. There are the same ones used for baby hygiene, disinfecting, or makeup removal. They can be replaced by tissue paper or similar items. Place 1 or 2 wipes in the washing machine before putting the rest of the clothes. While the washing machine is in progress, the wipes will absorb the lint that comes out. This is what we got for you in our Discovery page today. Have a nice day and stay blessed.
Thank you very much, Crystal Mando, for that interesting Discovery page. We hope to see you next Thursday for another part of the Discovery page to make us discover new things. Dear listeners, if you're just joining us, you're on to Family Health on 88.4 Royal FM. That's our Facebook page. You have Royal FM Cameroon, that is Royal FM in caps and Cameroon in smaller letter on our Facebook page, and the same goes to our YouTube channel. If you want to follow us there, it depends where you choose to follow us live, of course, on our YouTube channel, Royal FM Cameroon, Royal FM in caps, Cameroon in smaller letter. You go there, you subscribe, and you keep following us, because each time we have a program, a live program, our notifications will always pop up on your phone, so you can easily follow us and not forget to do so. Our lines are open till now. I've had nobody reacting, especially the women. Are you guys scared to react and tell us about your menses, or are you still shy to talk about your menses? You can reach us on 671-157321 or 620-377481. We are waiting for you, of course, and will not let you go. Let's go back to our topic of discussion, which is menstruation, menstrual hygiene, and some of the myths that surrounds menstruation. We have spoken about what menstruation is and the different myths, and why is it important for parents to discuss menses with their children. Our medical expert, Nurse Pamela, did that already, and we'll go further to talk about the different menstrual cycles that exist. You know, many of us do not, some of us, let me not say many, some of us, especially the young ones, do not know how the menstrual cycle runs, and they do not know how many menstrual cycles exist. They do not even know their menstrual cycle. How long can you say your menstrual cycle is? Do you even know how to calculate it? Do you even know what cycle are you? Are you short, long, or normal? We are going to be listening to our medical expert, Nurse Pamela, tell us. Listen to her again.
Menstruation is something that comes once a month, and in life, when you attain that age, as we're saying, you have menses. And when you have menses, you need to know the cycle that you have, because if you don't know the cycle, you might one day fall a victim with disgrace. And you need to know that with normal menses, it ranges from 21 to 35 days. If you don't know that that is a normal menstrual cycle, you will be confused, because there are times we sit in the hospital, somebody is having a 21 menstrual cycle, and then she will come to us, "Madam, I've been seeing my menses twice a month." When you begin to ask, were you doing tracking? You had any calendar that you used to mark? It's just that the menses usually comes every month. When I went deep into it, I saw that the lady was a 21 days cycle, which is a normal cycle for everybody. You can have, because the normal falls from 21 to 35. And then that lady had a 21 days cycle. And then when she came now, after a lot of talking, I understood that she was a 21 days cycle. And then I told her, do you know that if you saw your menses last month, your last menses came on maybe on the 2nd of February, and you had that 21 day cycle, before the 23rd, 24th, you will have another menses on the same month. It's a normal menstrual cycle. So it is good to know and to track so that you should not fall that victim. And there is another one, like those long cycles. Some people, they have 34, they have 35, which is a normal menstrual cycle. Yeah. But they keep telling people, where last month I had my menses. I had my menses around the 30th of January. The whole of this February, I've not seen my menses. And I'm seeing my menses around the 4th and 5th of March. So it is like my menses is skipping. No, it is not skipping. Because when you calculate from the 30th of last month to the 3rd or to the 4th of March, you will fall between normal menstrual cycle. You need to track, you need to know so that you understand whether you have a short menstrual cycle or you have a long one. From 21 to 35, it's a normal menstrual flow.
And you just heard there, for you to know, you need to track it, and to track it, you need to be noting each month when you see your menses. Anyways, let's listen again to the medical expert tell us the different ways we can make use to track our menstrual cycle. I hope you girls are listening. Listen to her again.
You need to have a calendar in your home, and they don't do tracking within 1 month or 2 months to know whether this is how my cycle is. Tracking, you have to do it for at least 6 months. When you do it for 6 months, you count. It will tell you. What do they do? You need to look for a calendar. Let's say it came on the 23rd. It started today, the 23rd. You go to the calendar against February. You mark 23rd. You don't say anything. You just mark and keep. Next month, if it comes maybe around the 16th, you write. You circle the 16th. If the other month, it comes around the 10th, you circle that month, that day. Continuously like that for 6 months. When it goes for 6 months, you begin to count now from the day you started flowing to the day before the next flow. So when you count those days, that month, you write the number of days. You start again in March. In March, I started in March on the 16th. So the other day ended on the 5th. So you start now again another counting as from the 16th till the previous day to the next flow. You count, you write. For 6 months, you will now understand your flow. If it is every after 28 days, you will know that you are a 28 menstrual cycle somebody. If it is a 22 or 21 days, you will know that yes, for this number of months, as I've been counting, I'm always having 21 days or 22 days, 22 days, 22 days. So I am a 22 cycle person. But if I count, today I have 21, tomorrow I have 22, the other day maybe I'll have 25. Therefore, you have a range. You have a regular menses, but it is not having a fixed day. With that now, you have a range. You have a particular time. When you count like that and you come to us, we will now know your range. That as from this day to this day, you might have your menses. So within that period, if you are moving out of your home, you need to move with your parts in you, because you know, so that you should not be embarrassed. But if you don't know, you will not know. You'll just be thinking, no, the menses, it will come.
You just listen there to Nurse Pamela, a medical health expert. She was just giving us ways on how we can track our menstrual cycle. If you're still lost and you don't know what to do or how to track your menstrual cycle and know whether your menses are regular or irregular, you just need to follow these steps. And she says for you to track it, you need to be noting on your calendar for at least 6 months so that you know exactly how your menstrual cycle is, whether it is regular or it is not regular. That's just the different steps you need to follow. You as a girl, you as a mother that is there with your daughter and you do not know exactly what to do. And I would also like to remind you that during the training workshop that is being organized at the La Mami Hospital Complex, the Mami Hospital Complex here in Yaoundé, they shall also be helping ladies on how to track their menstrual cycles. Of course, apart from teaching them how to make their own pads, sanitary pads, There, during the workshop, they shall also teach ladies on how to track their menstrual cycles. I know that there are so many out there. They are maybe shy to talk about it. They are maybe shy to even voice it somewhere or even try to learn. But please do not be shy anymore, because we have this workshop. You will go there. You will meet other girls who do not also know. So you will not feel alone, because you guys are many and you are there to learn. And in case you have any questions or any doubt, you can just directly go to one of the medical experts there for precisions or maybe for explanation. So please, if you're a lady, do not miss out on this workshop. Don't say that you know already. Don't say that you know much. It is as from the 30th of May to the 31st of May. Those are the 2 days at the Mami Hospital Complex. If you do not know where it is in Kwabang, Nouvelle Rue Kwabang. Wheresoever you are, say Nouvelle Rue Kwabang. If you're coming from Mimboman, they drop you there. The signboard of the hospital is just so visible, and it is just next to the Renapro Finance SA agency of Nkwabang. You go there and you have all the details. And I would like to precise that it starts at 1 p.m. in the afternoon on the 30th and on the 31st. Those are the 2 days that have been set aside for the organization of that training workshop for women in prelude to the World Menstrual Hygiene Day. So women, everything is open for you guys to take part in this. Now I think it is time for us to have a caller. Let's have this caller on line 1. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, good afternoon.
Same to you. Je suis le patriarche Maréchal.
Le patriarche, you're welcome.
Thank you. Je n'oublie pas la grande maison royale. Je sais comment il y en a beaucoup qui sont en ce moment à la salle de rédaction. Un coucou au DG, le grand Vambachala.
Yes.
Les auditeurs et peut-être ceux qui viendront après moi. Je sais qu'on parle des choses des femmes, mais moi je suis un homme. J'ai eu l'habitude de bien évoluer avec mes 2 garçons. Ma fille aînée qui ne se retrouve même pas au pays en ce moment. C'est sa maman qui s'occupait beaucoup plus d'elle. Mais je prends un exemple, parce que j'entends parler de mensues. C'est un milieu qui sied beaucoup aux femmes. C'est-à-dire la jeune fille, quand elle constate des saignements, va plutôt voir sa maman.
Yes.
Et c'est avec elle qu'elle cause. Mais si je me retrouve dans une famille monoparentale et que, en dehors de mes 2 garçons, j'ai ma fille qui a cette situation, pensez-vous qu'il y aurait une communication aussi franche? Pourra-t-elle aborder le papa que je suis pour lui parler de cette situation? Bonne émission.
Thank you very much. That's why we said earlier, it is important for you to discuss menstrual hygiene with your children. Even if you're a man, you have to make your child closer to you. It is true the child's mother is not around to easily talk. You have to make that friendship between you and the girl. That is from an expert, from health expert's point of view. You make that relationship, you build the relationship between you and the father, you and the child, so that in case something happens, she easily opens to you. In case she sees her menses, she easily opens to you. I think that's just how it is. And if you are not used to discussing certain issues with your own daughter, you as a man, I think it is time for you to start learning. Because if she sees her menses and she's scared to come and tell you, trust me, it's not going to be good on her side, and maybe she'll move out to somebody who may even advise her wrongly. So it is important for you to take your father's position and be powerful enough to go discuss such things with her. Or even if she has reached the age for menstruation and she's not yet seeing her menses, I believe it is on your part to go towards her, tell her that, do you know that there's something that exists like menstruation, and when you reach this age, in fact, enlighten her on it, and you say that it is not a bad thing. In case you have it, you can open up to me, I can help you, I can do this. You see, it's going to be fluent. But when you're not saying anything and you're shying the child away, it's just going to be worse, and your communication between both of you is not going to be good. I think it is time for us to take the discovery page.
Family Health, Grandma's Recipe. Grandma's Recipe.
And Mira had the discovery page already. I'm still saying the discovery page. Anyways, it is Grandma's Recipe.
Good afternoon, Frenyo Crispin. Good afternoon to all your guests in the studio. Good afternoon to all our listeners. You guys are warmly welcome to Grandma's Recipe. Today we are going to talk about an important fruit that is very, very important for our health. So the fruit is Iden fruit. Aridane is very effective for toilet infection in ladies. Many cradomedicals are believed to apply it in the treatment of sexually transmitted infection. So, Aridane is used in the management of schistosomiasis and other blood parasites like malaria parasites. Iden fruit lowers blood sugar. It is used in the treatment of diabetes. Iden fruit helps to fight against fibroids. Iden fruit is believed to shrink uterine fibroids according to the Yoruba. Tetraptera reduces episodes of epilepsy and convulsion. So, Tetraptera or Iden, add it to the food of epileptic people. It stabilizes the central nervous system. It equally helps in the treatment of leprosy. Leprosy is an insidious but infectious disease that affects the nerves, skin, arms, and legs. It can cause micro amputation. Extract is used to treat leprosy in many local communities. Extracts of Aridane fruits, barks, leaves, and roots lowers blood pressure. Precede boosts immune system. Iden fruit equally help to lose weight. Iden fruit is not safe in pregnancy. So if you're pregnant, don't you dare to use it. So that's what we got for you today in Grandma's Recipe. See you next week by the grace of God, of course. Stay blessed.
Royal FM.
Mon ami, tu dis que tu attends un argent là? Non, fais simple. Emprunte jusqu'à 100 000 francs avec Momo Cash et rembourse sans frais en 3 jours. Tape étoile 126 dièse, puis tape 6 et tu prends tes dos. En vrai non, Momo c'est le leader de la lutte contre le foirage. Alors, on fait quoi aujourd'hui?
Thank you very much, Grandma Germaine, for that interesting Grandma's Recipe, the last slot in this program. And we have been discussing menstruation, menstrual hygiene, and the myths that surrounds menstruation that comes with menstruation, especially in Africa. You know, we have a whole lot of things that we say when it comes to menstruation. So our medical health expert, Nurse Pamela Nyangwan, has been telling us all we need to know about this menstruation and the different myths that surrounds it. Why is it important for parents to discuss menses with their children? Please, parents, when you say parents, mother and father, so it doesn't matter whether you're the only mother or you're the lone parent there, but please, you have to take your responsibility by discussing this issue with your young child who is approaching the age of menstruation. Then also we spoke about the different menstrual cycle that exist and how to track this cycle and how to make you know that you are a 21-day cycle, 32 days, or 28 days. So our medical experts told us already about that. Now it's time for us to talk about what are the things you need to do in order to maintain a good hygiene when you're seeing your menses. You know, that's the time when you need to be very neat. You need to take care of everything you do, whatever you do when you're seeing your menses, because it is really delicate. Let's listen to Nurse Pamela.
When you are on menses, you need thorough hygiene conditions. You have to wash your hands before and after leaving the restroom, because you might be going to the restroom when you have not washed your hands. There you touch those things like that, and then you take another new part. You have introduced something. That part has been in you for a couple of times. You touch, you put it back. When you put it back, you leave that place. What you have been touching, you go with it somewhere to use the very hands, either in eating or touching other people. That is not proper. And then so we have to wash our hands before and after using the restroom. We have to do frequent changing of sanitary pads or other clothing whatsoever you're using, because if you don't have money to be buying pads every month,
yes, you can
look for a cloth. And when you're looking for a cloth, you make sure it should be a white cloth, so that in case of any changes with your menses, you can easily dictate. And when you do like that, it will be fine. And when you are using tampon pads, you don't need to use it up to 8 hours. So you have to change your pads maybe 3-4 times a day, depending on the flow. And then when you change like that, if you are using a cloth, you make sure you look for a private place, because you cannot be washing those kind of things. When you wash it, what we do, if you wash it, you put maybe at the end of it all, you hot water.
Yes.
When you hot water, you you wash with Omo or soap.
Yes.
At the end of it all, you hot water and you pour to those clothing, and then you wash, you rinse it, and you dry it. You don't dry it in the public. Dry it somewhere so that when you finish with it, you dry it. You can, when they are dry, under hot sun. If there is no hot sun, you dry it, and then you iron it. You fold and put in a wrapper and keep. You also need to wear lightweight cotton pants. You don't need to wear this sickly-like material, because it will not capture the secretions. It will only make secretions to flow around. So when you use lightweight cotton pants, it helps you trap the moisture and the heat. But if you use tight pants, it will trap the moisture, it will trap the heat, it will allow germs to thrive. So you don't use those other kinds of pants. You use cotton, light and not too tight. With those tight ones, there will be heat, there will be moisture, and it will thrive to germs. And then your genital area, you need to clean your genital area. You need to change your pad, and you clean your genital area both at least twice a day. You bath at least twice a day, and you change your pad maybe 3 to 4 times a day, as I earlier said. When you want to bath, you don't use soap on your finger to send into your vagina. That one is forbidden. You don't send your fingers into your vagina. You use clean water. You rinse your vulva with clean water without soap, and that will help you. The vagina, we know, it has a normal flora, which is there, like a normal bacteria flora. It is there to fight any germ. When you wash like that, you sweep out the normal flora. So any bacteria entering, it multiplies. You are exposed to infection. So you don't use that. And during that period, you need to drink much water. Yes, when you drink much water, you urinate so often. As you are urinating so often, it cleans your urinary tract, and you might not be able to have all of those things. With those sanitary pads, those ones that we buy, if you are using, you check the manufacturer's instructions and use it following the manufacturer's prescription. So with that, you will know that at least the hygiene you were thinking, it will help you.
I want to thank Nurse Pamela so much for the explanations. You know, today we have learned a lot, and I know that our dear listeners have learned a lot too when it comes to menstrual hygiene and the myths that surrounds it. We are very happy she was available for us, though was not live, but was available for us. Thank you very much. And I